You're staring at an offer email. The salary looks good. The title looks better. Then one line makes your chest tighten. Sponsorship available. Subject to business approval. That's not a benefit. That's a maybe. And for international professionals, a maybe can turn a six-figure offer into a very expensive dead end. Anika had $132,000 on the table from a clean tech startup. Remote Fridays. Senior analyst title. Smart manager. Perfect until she asked one question. She was on OPT. Her clock was real. The company loved her work sample. But love doesn't file petitions. Budgets file petitions. USCIS says new H-1B petitions submitted after the September 2025 cutoff must include a $100,000 payment, unless an exception applies. That number changes behavior. A company can want your brain and still decide your petition is not worth the internal fight. So stop treating sponsorship like a yes or no checkbox. Treat it like a stress test. Legal team, budget owner, timing, history, backup plan. USCIS says the proclamation does not change fees for H-1B renewals and does not apply to petitions submitted before the deadline. Translation: not every visa situation carries the same risk. Your job is to know which bucket you fall into before emotions take over. USCIS says covered petitions filed without payment evidence or, without an exception, will be denied. Not delayed. Denied. Your offer is only as strong as the company's willingness to pay when immigration stops being theoretical. Anika didn't ask, "Can you sponsor?" She asked, "Who approves the immigration spend, and has that approval already been secured for this role?" Use that wording. It separates recruiters who have a process from recruiters who have good vibes and no authority. Then ask for the answer in writing, not dramatic, not hostile, just professional. If it matters to your work authorization, it belongs in the record. USCIS runs an electronic registration process for H-1B CAP petitions, which means timing and employer follow-through matter before any petition exists. The CAP lottery is not a merit badge. Brilliant people miss. Average employers panic. Strong employers build around uncertainty before you sign. Fregoman reported 336,153 eligible unique beneficiaries for FY 2026, with 118,660 selected. That is why you compare sponsors, not just salaries. A bigger paycheck may lose to a company that knows how to keep you employed. Company A told Anika, "We sponsor all the time." Nice sentence. No numbers. No lawyer name. No timeline. No internal owner. Company B paid less, but HR named outside counsel, explained the registration window, and said permanent residency review starts after 6 months. For a visa-dependent candidate, the second offer may be richer, not on paper, in survival value. Ask this: how many H-1B petitions has the company filed in the last year, and how many were approved, denied, or withdrawn? Next, who owns immigration budget approval? Recruiter, HR business partner, finance, legal, or the hiring executive. Names matter because responsibility moves slowly. When a recruiter says, "We'll figure it out," hear the missing noun. Figure what out? Fee? Counsel? Teaming? Green card? Exception? That phrase is not a plan. Beat. It is a placeholder sitting where your legal work authorization should be. Say, "Before I accept, can we confirm counsel, budget approval, filing timeline, and contingency options if the CAP process does not work?" USCIS has said further reforms under consideration include prevailing wage rulemaking and possible lottery changes prioritizing high-skilled, high-paid workers. So compensation may become more than money. It may affect how employers think about risk priority and whether your role clears future filters. Your role also needs a clean specialty occupation story. Degree, duties, salary, and business needs should line up without gymnastics. Build a one-page role map for yourself. Degree requirement. Core duties, tools used. Business impact. Why this is not a generic job. Anika asked about green card timing before accepting. Not after onboarding. Not after proving herself. Before she gave up leverage. If they say, "We usually wait and see," ask what triggers the start. Tenure? Manager approval? Performance rating? Budget cycle? Use this exact question. What is the earliest date the company will start permanent residency, and what approvals must happen first? The manager blinked. Sharp inhale, then admitted HR had no green card policy for people below director. That answer is useful. Bad news early beats false comfort late. You cannot plan around a policy that does not exist. Strong sponsors answer cleanly. Weak sponsors turn the conversation emotional. We care about you. We value you. We are exploring options. USCIS calls the payment a one-time fee on submission of a new H-1B petition. One-time still means real budget. Do not let one-time language calm you. A one-time six-figure cost still competes with headcount, bonuses, software, and every pet project. Ask, will the company pay all required employer-side immigration costs, including any petition payments required under current guidance? Timing can kill a job faster than rejection. A sponsor who misses a window can turn your start date into a countdown. Create your own immigration timeline, work authorization end date, registration window, petition filing period, grace periods, travel plans, council checkpoints. The proclamation was signed in September 2025, and USCIS identified the petition cutoff shortly after. Policy shifts can move fast. Ask how the company monitors immigration changes. If the answer is, candidates tell us you are not joining a system, you are becoming the system. No outside counsel is not always fatal, but no counsel, no policy, no budget owner, and no timeline is four red flags waving together. Ask whether they used outside immigration counsel in the last 12 months. Then ask whether you may speak with that counsel after offer acceptance. Also understand CAP-exempt employers. Universities, certain nonprofits, and research organizations can change the entire risk equation for some candidates. If your status is fragile, consider whether a slightly lower offer from a stronger sponsor may protect your next 5 years. Build a backup track now. CAP-exempt roles. Internal transfer paths. O1 evaluation. Canada options. Remote global teams. Don't wait until panic is steering. O1 is not a magic door, it needs evidence. Publications, awards, judging, press, critical roles, or other proof that counsel can assess. This is where you consult an immigration attorney. Not TikTok. Not the group chat. Your facts matter too much. Do not let gratitude make you quiet. A company offering you a job is not doing charity. They are buying your output. Use a sponsor scorecard. Give every offer points for legal readiness, budget certainty, filing history, green card timing, and backup options. Score 1 to 5. Do it before you fall in love with the brand name, office view, or manager who says all the right things. Anika rated the startup high on role quality and low on immigration certainty. The medical center scored the opposite. The startup offered more cash, but it had no approved budget for petition costs and no green card policy before senior management. The medical center paid less, but it had counsel, a repeat process, and a manager willing to start the permanent residency discussion early. That is not fear. That is strategy. You are not just choosing a job, you are choosing an employer's appetite for paperwork and cost. Her friend took the shiny offer. Quietly, 8 months later, the company loved him, praised him, then refused to fund the petition. Do not become the candidate a company likes but will not pay to keep. Affection is cheap. Sponsorship is commitment. When you receive an offer, reply, I'm excited. Because work authorization is central, can we confirm the sponsorship plan before I sign? If they act offended, notice that. Serious employers understand risk. Fragile employers confuse basic diligence with disloyalty. You may negotiate immigration support like compensation, not as a perk, as a condition required for you to deliver the work. Ask for an introduction to immigration counsel after signing, a written policy summary, and named contacts for urgent status questions. USCIS says the proclamation does not prevent current H-1B holders from traveling in and out of the United States. But do not assume headlines apply to your exact facts. Petition type, filing date, visa history, and employer category can change the answer. If this episode seeds you from one shaky offer, like and subscribe, then send it to the friend who's negotiating with vague promises. Anika chose the stronger sponsor, lower salary, better process, cleaner timeline, less guessing. She slept better before her first day. 6 months later, her manager opened the residency conversation exactly when promised. Not because she was lucky, because she tested the promise early. Here is the cheat code. Before you compare offers, compare the employer's ability to carry your immigration risk without flinching. 3 questions today. Who pays? Who files? When do they start? If nobody can answer, the offer is not ready for your signature. 3 documents to request. Sponsorship policy, immigration counsel contact path, green card timing guidelines. You need proof, not reassuring adjectives. Recap: salary matters. Sponsor capability matters more when your status is on the line. Test the budget before you trust the offer. Talk to qualified immigration counsel. Own your timeline. Ask the hard question now, so your future job is real when it counts.